Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've got two stories to share with you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. I'll start with this one. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. Robinhood to buy Bitstamp crypto exchange to enable institutional trading in United States. Now, worth noting, and I'll give you the specifics here at the outset of the video, but just real quick here in the intro, Ripple owns a notable chunk, not quite sure how big, but they do own a notable chunk of Bitstamp, and also Bitstamp was one of Ripple's first on-demand liquidity partners dating back over half a decade ago, and Robinhood is buying that. There's also this headline from the Crypto Basic. 80% of banking industry in Japan is Ripple partner, research shows. And I find this fascinating because it is indeed the case that any bank that is partnered with Ripple can so choose to, I hate this term, flip the switch. In this case, it's actually true. When people say flip the switch, they're talking about a switch is flipped, something happens, and the next piece is overnight worth like $1,000 million, $11 billion, something stupid like that. In this case, any financial institution that's partnered with Ripple, if they're just using them for payments, the messaging portion of their platform, they can quickly flip the switch, if you will, and begin using XRP as a bridge currency. So I will say that is a rather substantial percentage of banks in Japan partnered with Ripple. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, and so as I kind of alluded to at the outset of the video, Ripple has had a relationship with Bitstamp going way, way, way back. This is one of the earliest instances I could quickly find through just a quick Google search here. This is a post on social media platform X, January 17th, 2017. So this is before I was in crypto. I first jumped into crypto and made a purchase on November 10th, 2017. But here, Ripple is announcing their partnership with Bitstamp for trading specifically. It says Bitstamp is the first partner exchange for Ripple's XRP incentive program, which offers rebates and compensation to qualifying participants. But in the United States, especially before all of the SEC nonsense, primary corridors touching the United States were using Bitstamp. And then another exchange partner for on-demand liquidity was Bittrex. Of course, they're now no longer in existence. But it was them and Bitstamp. There's another one I'm just not recalling off the top of my head. So anyway, the point is this goes way, way, way back. And then a year ago, well, headline says it all here, Ripple acquires Pantera's stake in Bitstamp. This is from May 24th of last year, 2023. Blockchain-based digital payment network Ripple took a minority stake in a crypto exchange Bitstamp in the first quarter of 2023. Digital investment firm Galaxy Digital advised on the deal, according to a transcript of the May 9th Galaxy shareholder conference call. Ripple acquired shares previously owned by Pantera Capital, a digital asset investment firm based in the United States. Pantera is one of the largest shareholders in Bitstamp until 2018, when the exchange was acquired by Belgium-based investment firm NXMH in an all-cash deal. At the time, the company was valued at $60 million. Yeah, they're worth more than that at this moment, but just sit tight and I'll show you. Pantera, which made a $10 million investment in the company in 2014, also sold part of its stake in Bitstamp to NXMH. And so we're obviously not privy to all the goings-on behind the scenes as it pertains to Ripple and their on-demand liquidity partners. But upon seeing that, I remember thinking, well, I guess the relationship is still healthy. I haven't seen any news to the negative anyway. Not that that would be broadly publicized necessarily. So as far as I know, and if anybody has any information perhaps I just missed, as far as I know, everything on that front still very healthy. So I was happy to see that a year ago. So now it's interesting, and we'll have to see what the implications are of this. But Robinhood now buying Bitstamp, partially owned by Ripple, partner utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. And so the headline here again, this is the new one, Robinhood to buy Bitstamp crypto exchange to enable institutional trading in United States. Stock trading app Robinhood is expanding its presence in the cryptocurrency industry by acquiring the Bitstamp cryptocurrency exchange. Robinhood will purchase Bitstamp in a $200 million deal, that's big, enabling the app to serve institutional clients in the United States. The deal, subject to regulatory approval, is expected to be finalized in the first half of 2025. The decision to buy the exchange was due to customers wanting increasingly more cryptocurrency products. Johan Kerbrat, the general manager of Robinhood Crypto, told the Wall Street Journal, according to a June 6th report. He said, quote, "Everything we've been doing in the past few years has been because our engagement from customers has been that they want more crypto products." End quote. Crypto will fundamentally reorganize the financial system, which is why Robinhood decided to acquire Bitstamp, according to Vlad Tenev, the co-founder and CEO of Robinhood. And so he wrote in a June 6th post, quote, "Soon we'll combine forces with Bitstamp's global footprint, core spot exchange and industry-leading products like crypto as a service, institutional lending, and staking." End quote. Now, Robinhood, of course, started out in the world of traditional finance, boring old stocks, this and that. That's where they started. And then a few years back, they jumped into the world of crypto and offered select number of cryptocurrencies, including the ever so popular Doge. And since then, you may have heard, they got a Wells notice from the SEC. That was literally last month. So it may have been like May 9th. Somewhere around there anyway. So that indicates that that's the SEC telling them point blank, we intend to sue you. That's what the Wells notice indicates. So technically the commissioners still have to vote. But it's fascinating that in the face of that, what are they doing? They're expanding crypto efforts. They're not slowing down. You'd love to see it, right? And I know that this is, I think they're having to focus more on a global scale. Perfectly fine, of course. But it's just fascinating. And it just makes me wonder, if not for the SEC v. Ripple case, and if not for all the XRP holders out there fighting back against the SEC and John Deaton, if we didn't have that success, would Robinhood be feeling as confident as they do right now? I'm not so sure. I think that the SEC v. Ripple case has been way more impactful than most people realize. It has changed the direction, because that was the first major loss that the SEC suffered. And it's been downhill for them since then, obviously. And also, funny enough, this happened on the SEC's birthday. That news, intentional or not, it's funny. The SEC had its 90-year birthday, if you will, yesterday. And so on a turn of Fox Business, she wrote, "New, just asked Vlad Tenev about the timing of Robinhood's Bitstamp announcement in relation to the Wells notice it received for its crypto biz last month. Quote, well, it's a global business, but we didn't really think about the fact it was the SEC's birthday today." End quote. Is that true? Did you think about it? It's hilarious either way. But I hope that they did think about that, because that's more funny. Then there's this headline. From the Crypto Basic, 80% of banking industry in Japan is Ripple partner, research shows. Now, this is fascinating, and it doesn't mean that XRP's just magically getting used with 80% of the banks in Japan. Nothing crazy like that. Let's continue to live in reality if we could. And also, while acknowledging that expectations when it comes to technology adoption are frequently way off. Way, way, way off. You guys remember this headline? If you were around half a decade ago, you might. I remember this at the time. This is an article from February 27th, 2019. SBI CEO. Every bank in Japan will use Ripple's XRP by 2025. Now, I know it's not 2025 just yet. We got a little over half a year. But might have been a little over-optimistic. Doesn't mean that things are going the wrong way for XRP. Certainly not. Things are going the right direction for XRP. But in terms of banks adopting anything crypto, not just XRP specific, but anything crypto, it has been slower than what many would like. And so there is this quote from Yoshitaka Katao here. That's him pictured on the screen. And this is a quote from 2019. And he references XRapid, which became ultimately known as ODL. It's the same thing, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. And now it's more broadly known as Ripple Payments. But we in the XRP community, as well as even people at Ripple, I see that they still do use the term ODL because it describes something very specific, meaning XRP is a bridge currency. Everybody's still using it, so I'm still using it, even though technically it's just called Ripple Payments, and then an aspect of Ripple Payments is that functionality. But anyway, maybe I'm getting too far in the weeds. So anyway, here's what he said in 2019. The use of XRapid using XRP is getting widespread, and the number of companies participating in RippleNet is increasing substantially. Therefore, in such a meaning, it seems that the use of Ripple's technology will gradually become used in the form of using XRP in the international money transfer field. Virtual currency is tough unless there is real demand, but we believe firm real demand will come out from now on. End quote. So I will say this, XRP is in a much better position than back in 2019 in terms of actual adoption. It's very clear it has staying power. For this specific use case here, there are a lot of banks, I think it's fair to say, that have been more hesitant to touch anything, not because there's something wrong with Ripple or XRP, but there have been a lot of banks, we've just seen, now that time has passed, who are a bit hesitant to jump in. Now, if it is indeed the case that crypto continues to be adopted, especially if it increases at an exponential clip, like if you can imagine an S-curve, just imagine a chart that looks like an S-curve, you can see the pace increase. You just got to understand, to me, it's just a reflection of how early it really is to be in the world of crypto. It is super early. I know that the asset class has now been around 15 years. These are still, as far as I'm concerned, the early days. Like, the coolest stuff that is going to happen as a result of crypto will happen over the span of the next few decades, 2-3 decades. But we get to be here with front row seats as it's all unfolding. Meaning we get to be here while there's still opportunity for life-changing wealth. Because if you fast forward a couple decades out or so, to however long it takes for the asset class to be mature, by that point, the opportunity will be gone in that regards. It will be as boring to invest in crypto as it is to invest in precious metals. But thankfully, that's not where we are right now. And things are going the right way. And so the headline from the Crypto Basic, 80% of banking industry in Japan is Ripple partner. Research shows, which I think is a stunning number, and congratulations to Ripple for pulling that off. A research paper from 3 industry pundits confirms Ripple has formed partnerships with up to 80% of the banking industry in Japan. The research, prepared by veteran statistician Dr. Hossein Hassani alongside research experts Zhu Haoang, nailed it, and Emmanuel Silva, spotlighted the substantial inroads Ripple has made with Japan's banking industry. According to the study, about 80% of banks in Japan have partnered with Ripple, illustrating the increasing importance of blockchain and TradFi. Ripple, known for its robust payment solutions, has established itself as a formidable player in facilitating faster and more efficient cross-border transactions. Ripple's attractive offering has captured the attention of leading financial institutions, especially in Japan. The paper confirmed that Japan's banking sector, traditionally known for its cautious approach to new technologies, has embraced Ripple's blockchain solutions at an unprecedented rate. And so, folks, obviously, this is way faster adoption of that technology than probably anywhere else on the planet. I can't think of another geographic region where, in terms of percentage of those adopting, of those financial institutions adopting, where it's anywhere near. I haven't seen anything like that ever. And look, I know that doesn't mean all of them are using XRP. We're not even privy to know. We're not privy to know those specifics. But if this is going to be a use case that's here to stay, and it obviously does functionally work, what do you think happens over time as the world increasingly embraces crypto and blockchain technology? I think it goes one direction overall from here. Anyway, this shift is part of a broader trend within the financial industry towards adopting innovative technologies. The research indicates that over 60 Japanese banks have integrated Ripple's technology. These collaborations persist despite the legal battle between the U.S. SEC and Ripple, which has led to several American institutions expressing concerns with partnering with Ripple. Ripple's technology, including its ODL system, now Ripple Payments, offers several advantages, including reduced transaction costs, faster processing times, and enhanced transparency. These benefits sync with the global banking industry's goals of improving efficiency and customer service. And so, again, to be clear, I don't know to what degree any of these firms are using XRP. It could be most of them. It could be none of them. I haven't seen data on that. If any of you have, I don't pretend to be a know-it-all. If any of you guys have information on that I don't have, drop it in the comment section below. I'll be happy to credit in a future video. I just haven't seen that. Presumably, I wouldn't guess that it's zero that would be taking advantage of XRP as a bridge currency here. But either way, it's exciting because it's just the more this grows, the more this thing grows, the more opportunity is, and a certain percentage of these firms will find this appealing because it actually helps. It makes life better for their customers and reduce costs. That's the bottom line as far as I'm concerned. But even setting that aside, even if Yoshitaka Gatao may have been a bit off about every bank using XRP, in terms of the number of banks partnering with Ripple, he actually wasn't that far off. If he was thinking more so that, it's just that he was talking specifically about XRP. But if technically it's on and then XRP is just okay, it's an option and that's turned on and then they can or can't use it. Okay, maybe it's closer to being true than his prediction back in 2019. Maybe it's closer to being true than I gave him credit for in this video. That's possible. But I just haven't seen evidence of it, so I'm trying to not get overly exuberant. I think a lot of YouTubers do that, and they get into these hyperbolic statements, and it gets a little too fanciful for me. I'm trying to just live in reality. But I think this is really good. I just think it's solid. This is actual growth. And then if you look at other metrics and other adoption of XRP, it's going the right direction, very clearly. So, is what it is. I think it's cool. It's good news all around, but that's the latest. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.